Morning guys, so we are back on the magnet kitchen install. We're going to get the utility room started today as well. Dave's in there at the moment making a start on that. First job we're going to concentrate on is getting this pantry larder with the pull out pocket doors sorted out, which is going to be fun. So we get that done, get it in place, get decor panels on it, and then we can then concentrate on getting this bit done, which is where the bridging unit's going to go for the American freezer. And then we've got to get the island in. Once that's done, that's basically ready for templating, then we can concentrate on wall units. So today we've got to really push on. So by the end of the day, I'm hoping to have 90% of this kitchen finished, just ready for handles and plinths and a few finishing details tomorrow around the templators. The utility room, I'm not sure how that's going to pan out yet because we're still waiting for one of the larder units to turn up, and until that's here we can't really lay any of it out or put it in position and do any of the work that needs to be done for that bit, so they may not get that templated, but it'll be what it will be. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to just get on with what we can and hope for the best that we can get it done before the templators turn up. So let's get stuck in guys, and I'll try and do some decent video content today if I get time. I'll see you in a bit. So we are doing the pocket hole doors on the larder unit. You can see the contraption on the side of the cabinet there just behind me. So what you need to do with these doors, I'm going to go through with the basics of it. I'm not going to show you how to install it because it'd be a very long video. So the basics are, on the top door we have to drill a second hole. Now it gives you all the measurements, where to drill it on the paperwork. I found it was easier. I use a jig, one of these. I use this jig for doing all my hinges, my cabinet hinges. So I've just marked down to the centre line where this has got to be gone. And then all I've done is I put one of the magnet hinges in. I've used a pilot bit just to pilot it, and then you have to do an 8mm hole next to that. I've got the depth, bit of tape set depth to replicate in this basically, so you put the pegs in so you can put the hinge on. So that's now surplus to requirements. So when you've done that, you then got to come over here to the cabinet itself. Oh, let's get it in the right position for you. Oh. And you basically mount the door like so. Now you can actually get, there's some minor, I don't know if you can see that, there is some minor adjustment there and there, so you can adjust the hinge height. I imagine it's the same, yeah, it's the same on the top one. Now it's called a pocket door, so when it's shut obviously it's going to look like that, and then when it's open you can see, obviously that's it, because it's having an island. The principle is that you can push it back, but it only pushes back to that point, Now for me, for what that's just cost to put that on and have this whole mechanism, because it's a massive mechanism as you can see, you know, it's a lot of extra boards, it's extra board here, there's extra timbers here. For the cost of that, you could have just put hinges on that open wider. Now your normal cabinet hinge will probably bring your door out to sort of here, but you can get ones that will literally go right back. So if you've got an island here, for the sake of changing the hinges, you could just have the doors open all the way open, because that's how far that sticks out. Personally, I don't really see the point in it. Let me know what you think of it, guys, because for me that seems a little bit pointless for what its purpose is. But I could be wrong. I mean, it is a personal preference thing at the end of the day. But for what that's cost, to have that on both sides of this cabinet, I think it's overkill. But anyway, I need to get stuck back in, so I'm going to mount the other top door, we'll mount the bottom doors, and then I've got to figure out how we mount the decor panels that hides all this. So I'm just going to follow the instructions and just keep plodding on. See you in a bit. So it's one problem after another today. You think you're starting to get somewhere, you get all the pocket doors all sitting nicely and it's all looking good. You know, you got your pocket doors on and they open and they push in as they're supposed to. Like you say, like I showed you earlier. We've gone to fit the decor panels. Now the decor panels are fitted via these little bits of plastic. It's basically, you got some of these are screwed to the cabinet, some of them are screwed to the carcass, and they basically slide in like that. onto this track. This is what holds them all apart. So these slide in like that, or something like that anyway. So I am 2 of these missing, and I'm 8 of these missing, because I've taken these off of the other side of the cabinet on that edge. So I'm having a bit of a nightmare, guys. And then, so we figure, okay, screwed that all in, done that decor panel. We've secured that in. The oven she's bought is a range oven, and it's 110 centimetres, 1100 millimetres, which is not a standard size. So the bridging unit we've got to go up there is only 1000. So obviously, as you can imagine, it's 10 centimetres to 100 millimetres short. So that means we've got to do a fill at either side, which would be great, but we don't have the 300 wall units. We have 2 400 wall units, and because it's magnet, which I didn't know until just now, it's paint to order. So these panels are made and painted to order. So we're not going to get them here this week, because they've got to be, all the doors have got to be painted and made. So that's a big cock up. Another cock up, they haven't sent the 900 bridging unit that's supposed to go across there. And because Magnet made a cock up originally on their measurements, they put the 400 base units in there. Obviously, that put our panel beyond the door frame for the American freezer. Obviously not ideal, which is why they sent out the 300 units. So now the other issue we've got is there should be a tower decor panel there, and a bridging unit and another tower decor. Guess where the tower decor comes? Dead in line with those pipes. So the next solution to get over that is to either double that up, basically double that with a couple of bits of timber and put our panel against it. Hopefully that gets us enough to go down the side of those pipes up there, which we need to look at next. I'm basically going to just clamp or just temporarily screw some bits of timber on, put the panel on, and then take some more measurements and just see where it lines up. But yeah, we're not having the best of days here, to be honest with you, because nothing seems to be going to plan. It looks like we're getting nothing done because we spent all day faffing about with that. Now we're faffing about with this. I've got no phone signal, so I'm in and out of the bloody house trying to talk to the client, talk to Magnet, and discuss the problems that I'm having and the issues. And then to make things worse, all right, because we're then parts missing, obviously I can't fit the tower, the panels. So I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll take the ones off the other side, put them on the panel for this side, so at least we can get this side finished. Great idea in principle. The problem is, if you can see this, that's the end of the panel, that's the edge of the door. This is pushed all the way back, this is pushed all the way back. The doors are set all the way back as far as they will go. Panels against the wall. This panel isn't wide enough. These panels aren't wide enough. Now apparently they do a 620 panel, which is what they should have sent. Now if you look down here, it actually doesn't look too bad. It's this. Because of this mechanism, it actually pulls the doors further forward than it should do. Which means these panels are, I'll fit them if that's what they want me to do, but there's going to be potentially a 10mm gap down either side of the bloody tower. So that's another nightmare. So the other issue we've got is, because this is just poor planning on everybody's part, Dave's cracking on in the utility room. So in here, because that's Howden's, that's Magnet and that's Magnet, because the customer wanted to reuse some stuff that they sent that was a mistake. So now what we've got to do, we're going to put, there's a bridging panel to go, a decor panel to go there, a larder one, a tall one, which Dave's pretty much cut. And then there's 2 units to go up there, but the 2 units are 600, and we've got 140 down here, so he's got to put 2 units up there in the centre and make a filler either side. So that's going to look brilliant. And then obviously a cornice around the top. And then the other issue in here, we don't have the larder unit that goes there. There's a washing machine going there, and then there's a sink, Belfast sink going here, which is all well and good, but the problem is they're having stone bloody worktops. And I was just pointing out to the client, there's going to be an 18mm return here for the end of the Belfast sink, or she stops the worktop at the Belfast sink. So he's now on about putting like 100mm block here, just so they can have a little bit of stone. Oh. There's days you just wish you didn't bother, if you know what I mean. If I'd known all this when I did the plans, because she sent me plans, and on the plans it's an undermount sink or an inset sink on the plans, and she ordered a Belfast sink, and she wants the Belfast sink. Obviously it's not going to work, obviously. I don't know anymore. I'm not sure how this job's going to pan out, but I've got to be out of here tomorrow because I've got other jobs booked in for next week. So at the moment we're trying to bodge. So by doing what I've done there and wedging that panel, at least they can stone template that. They can stone template that round to that corner, and that's just a 300mm piece, possibly with a little add-on, which I'm going to do today. And if I can get the island in, at least the kitchen they can stone template. The story of my life this is at the moment. Oh, and another thing. The builders in their great mind have put a box in here. I've got a corner unit, an L-shaped corner unit that's got to go over that. So I've got to butcher that to get it in there, to get it to sit right. And then there's a 1000 wall unit they decided to put in now, but it doesn't fit. As you can see, this is a 1000 base unit. We had to notch it into the boxing. If this was me and I was a kitchen designer and I knew there was boxing going, I would have just put an 800 in there, or even if they do a 900, do a 900 in there. It would have worked perfect. But no, they've thrown a 100 in there, which means I've got to cut the cabinet out or cut into that boxing, which will look absolutely shocking. So that's another thing I'll discuss with the client. I really don't know why I bother sometimes with these jobs. I've got to stop taking on these new builds. Stop doing extension work, stop working for builders, even though I'm working for the client, but this is ridiculous. I'm just going to go back to doing replacement refurbs where I just go in, take the kitchen out, put one in. So much easier. None of this aggravation with builders just throwing boxing where they feel like it, and you know, no consideration for what's going in afterwards. But anyway, I've prattled on long enough. I'm going to try and get some more done. So just stay tuned, guys, and see how we get on. See you in a bit. Okay, so we've resolved quite a few of the issues. So now we've got 2 panels coming for that larder all the way from Portsmouth. Supposedly going to be here by about 4:30, 5 o'clock. We probably won't be here, but hopefully someone will. Apparently I was working off an older set of plans, so the fridge unit is done. That 1000 bridging unit was for the fridge, and the one for above the oven, apparently, according to Magnets that I spoke to, is a bespoke made one, which is a bit of news to me. I was under the impression she was having a cabinet supplied, and I was just going to fit the extractor fan, but that just isn't going to get fitted because I haven't got the materials. I haven't allowed for the materials, and she needs to get something the right colour. So that's something she's going to have to sort out. Believe it or not, the replacement 300 wall units actually turned up this afternoon, so we got that one, and we're just marking these out. I spoke to the client. She's just told me to notch around these boxing on that one, and that one she wants me to cut the boxing out. So I can't do that until we'll get that finished with the decal panels. So tomorrow when that goes in and get the decal panels finished, I can then laser across there or line across there, measure down and cut out what I need to cut out of that, so we can slide the wall unit into there. So that's another issue that resolved. The island is now finished. As far as we're going, the island is done. So I've pocket hole screwed these bridging pieces to help hold it. We've got underfloor heating, so I can't screw anything into the floor, and I'm not, even if they said they've gone around it, you know what it's like. If this isn't exactly where they put their underfloor heating, then it is what it is. That can be moved. That's a minor inconvenience. I've done the back panel, lovely inscribed in. Look at that cut line. You wouldn't even know it's been cut. That's absolutely beautiful. And then that's the factory edge on that one. Small, it's beautiful. Yeah, so we're coming along. So I'm hoping to get that unit up and that unit up today. At least then it looks like we're getting somewhere. I'm not got to find decal panel for there, decal panel for there, and then that's that done. And then tomorrow it's only going to leave us with that wall unit, this larder, door handles. We've started putting plimps in already. Ricky's done the plimps where he can. He's got them cut. Got a bleeding great gas pipe there. They've got to address for the range oven. The range oven, as I said, is 110 centimetres or 1100 mil. So that's another issue to resolve. With that being 1,000, obviously that's brought that right over now, so it's covered the pipes over, so we've got nothing to worry about there. They're not going to be seen. Dave is flying in the utility. He's just putting some fillers in on the sides here, either side. They look absolutely beautiful. So we have come across a bit of an issue with these being magnet cabinets and this being Howdens, and we're using Howdens doors. The magnet base units are actually, how short?
15 mil.
They're 15 mil shorter than the Howdens ones. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to put an 18 mil piece of pink offcut across the front and one at the back, just to give us that bit more height. I'd rather have a bigger gap there for the handle, which is one of those ones that screws to the back of the bloody door. So that would give us that gap lovely. So that's what we're going to do there to raise the worktop up, and that's that done. This bit here has been pocket holed either side on the inside, and a timber batten along the back with some L brackets. We are going to put a little bit of timber across the top there, set back so the cornice can hide it, just to stop that from sagging. But yeah, that's basically that side of the utility done. These door handles and hinges will all need to be readdressed, possibly re-drilled, but that's down to the client to deal with, because I haven't got time to do it. Those have got to be readdressed because they're different heights. So there's a few things the client's got to muck about with. We found out this larder unit is in, can be come and collect it, so I'm going to pick it up in the morning first thing. So then tomorrow we can get that one in, do our bridge for the washing machine, put our Belfast sink in, and we're going to have to build like a stud wall or something now, so that the stone's got something to sit on. So that's tomorrow's problem. That's an easy issue to resolve, but we are getting there slowly. I tell you what, when you get all these dramas, it's a nightmare, but things are actually looking like we might finish tomorrow. There's going to be a few issues that they're going to have to deal with. For one being, she wants a quicker tap, all stuff underneath there. I spoke to the plumber. She's not just having the hot water tap, she's also having the soda water or whatever under there as well. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm not even going to worry about that for the moment, because that's just more ball ache than I need to consider. We've got that door to put on for the bins, not a big issue. We've got the dishwasher to slide in, not a big issue. That's outside. I don't even know if it's working at the minute. So there are things to address tomorrow, but we are getting somewhere. This is the main thing. The video quality or the content isn't going to be brilliant on this one, purely because there's just so much to get done in such a little period of time, but we are getting there. It's looking good. I'll see you soon. So we are finished for today. I'm not going to try and get any more done, but I think we've had a good bit of progress today compared to the grief we had on Tuesday when we came here. So this is where we're at. So as you know, fridge unit is in, island is in, base units are all in. We've got those wall units in. So there's a decal panel on that side, decal panel that side, decal panel that side, and that's got to be a bespoke cabinet with an extractor fan in. Need to speak to the client about that, because I really don't know what she wants me to do there. So we've bought the Belfast sink in, ready for the templators tomorrow. Obviously we've still got all that to do. We just found out from Magnet the courier's on his way. He should be here by 6 for the 2 new panels. So that's pushing that on. In the utility, we're pretty much done. Typical, got a phone call as I was about to chat to you. So as I said to you earlier, we're having to put a little bit of timber in to raise the height of the base units so that the doors will work. Because if we lowered we could have lowered the base units, but then you would have had a step in the plinth at the bottom, which is in and done. So we just got that door to hang, which we can do tomorrow. We've got that door to fit, which we can do tomorrow, which he's going to throw on now. It's all looking good. There doesn't appear to be any cornice anywhere for up the top there. So pretty much we are done in here. We're just going to pick up the bits for here in the morning first thing. So that will be finished. So yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good to get things done. That's the main thing. So tomorrow, once Dave's done in there, he can jump on knobs and handles in here. Get the doors on where we can, cornice and pelmets on where we can. So we should be finished tomorrow, all going to plan. So Vicky's just nicking my keys. So that's us done for the day, guys. I am apologising for the lack of how-to tips and the content videos and stuff like that. But as you can imagine, it's quite stressful when you're trying to deal with this sort of stuff, and sometimes you just got to get on with it. So don't forget, like, share, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will see you bright and early in the morning. Hopefully get this finished. See you then. Bye bye.